Oh, well, good morning. I got nothing else to my name besides this field and this tank of a tractor, so you bet I'm sleeping in it. I'm reclining this seat as far back as it'll go, which is not very far, and having a good snooze. We got some important stuff to do today. As you can see here, it is now grass planting season, which means it's our season to go. As of right now, we actually don't have too much to buy. I kind of forgot. I don't need to buy any mowers, balers, bale loaders, anything like that right now. All I really need is to be able to plant and fertilize, which you can do all at once using this guy. We're gonna end up using this quite a lot, so I don't think it's worth leasing. Up until this month, we didn't have anything, or up until February. Now we got a field and 2 pieces of equipment. Very nice. You can go ahead and fill it up there. Oh man, it doesn't hold too many seeds. I don't know how much we're actually gonna need, so I'm not too concerned about it. I'm gonna go ahead and lower this, turn it on, and get going here. And look at that, beautiful. So we're probably gonna need to be fertilizing this month and then next month as well before it grows in and crop destruction starts. And I know this thing will always destroy our crops because look at the tracks. This is an exciting moment. Our first planting. You know what, I really should just add a headland here. I don't know what I was thinking. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm gonna need to take some of these trees out, I think. Between harvests for grass, you can just use the roller here and it'll fertilize. You don't have to buy fertilizer. But in the long run, I think it'll definitely save us money to just be using this. One downside being the amount of passes it's gonna take because it's kind of a small work width, but that's all right. Got all 3 of those contracts going at the same time, and this is how a lot of our farming's probably gonna look. I'm gonna try to get those contracts going at the same time. Can just earn a little bit of side money, you know, while I'm farming myself. Pretty excited. This will pay a lot. It's gonna be a lot of work with this amount of field. Put a lot of money in, and it's gonna pay us a lot of money as well. Placement of this field's really nice, because we got the bakery, we got the oil mill, and we got the biogas, all within about a block of each other, so we can really do it all. Oh, I just noticed we are out of seed. Yeah, that thing has just no capacity whatsoever. First time using our cedar roller setup, our tank tractor. Definitely a little overkill for our setup right now, but I haven't had one of these ones with the tracks before. I always thought they just look crazy, and I kind of always wanted to have one, so I just thought it'd be fun. I wanted to get like, you know, 250 to 300 horsepower, something on sale, and this was a bit above that, but I mean, that thing just looks so funny. And it's gonna be able to handle any equipment I throw at it for a long time, so it's a good investment. The rain did start, unfortunately, but makes for comfy inside. Inside of the tractor really is quite cozy when it's raining out. Why you think I sleep in here? Don't have a house yet. Nice and cozy, comfy. Yee-hoo. Pretty nearly 5 p.m. We're just working the field. One regret is that how small this thing is. I'm kind of wondering if maybe I should have just gotten a bigger setup. While the fertilizer does cost a bit more, the amount of passes I'd need are a whole lot less. While this thing is nice for fertilizing and everything like that, it is so small, and this field is so big. And the only thing is, once you get this planted, you don't really even need the seeding thing on the back, so yeah, I like the idea of we set up greenhouse and chickens and stuff, doing it here kind of to the left and then putting in just a little access road right here where I'm driving. So that means taking out these 2 trees. I did not get a chainsaw yet, but I will be getting one. I would absolutely love to buy this roller, but it's just gonna be sitting there until we do actual fields. But this is the roller of all rollers. I love this thing. It is huge, working with 24 meters. Very nice. I wish I had more money or more reason to get those. You can do what, 3 harvests a year of silage, something like that. You don't get to plant after the last, or wait, you don't have to ever plant. I keep forgetting that. Once it's planted, it's good. It keeps growing. It's got to fertilize between each harvest. Should be the final pass here. Very nice. All right, so we'll be all planted. This is gonna be silly. I think I might just be selling this thing like right away. I'll be losing like 9K on it or so. It's just an expensive lease, really. Now I have so much more I need to buy. I gotta stop looking at this thing. It's just beautiful. Gotta lease it. Feels bad. I almost wish this thing needed to be rolled more often, because I would have just bought this thing. I love that working width over so much of the field at once. It's really funny they just have that bit fertilized on their field, but whatever, they can do whatever they want down there. Ain't my field, ain't my problem. That car is gonna need to move, man. Got there in the end. Just power through it. The tank. Tractor tank. This is gonna be a whole lot of grass. Oh man, that one contract I did that paid like almost 40K after I sold all the bales too, that's gonna be similar to how our harvests are, except I get all of the profit. And it's gonna be quicker with the tools that I'm picking as well. It has me hopeful. And just like that, we are rolled. So now we need to fertilize. We are gonna have to buy more fertilizer too, which is unfortunate. We'll just go ahead and lease this for now, since I'm not 100% sure what I want to do. So I am gonna need to do this again next month, which means I probably should have just bought this thing, but this fertilizer spreader is just absolutely beautiful. Can't say it enough. Yeah, so it's really just 5, maybe 5.5 passes. Instead of, I mean, I stopped keeping track, but it seemed like it was at least 16 with the roller. I might just hold on to this overnight. I think it'll end up being cheaper than leasing it out again. So we're just gonna take a little snooze here and get right back at it tomorrow for the second round of fertilizing. Oh, good morning, everybody. This grass is coming in nicely. We're gonna finish up fertilizing this. We check out the contracts. One or two just disappeared. So we're gonna just go ahead and why did I borrow that? I have a fertilizer. Oh man, I just gonna lose my mind. I'm definitely gonna use this fertilizer on that contract, so I don't know why I did that. Oh well. Not playing my best today, but that's all right. I think this is just the way to do it, man. It just makes it so much quicker. And you get to invest in equipment you can use for a lot more crops. That roller that I ended up selling, you can only use that for grass. Kind of a waste, in my opinion. These fields are looking really, really nice. It's gonna be a lot of grass. And you can see our money's looking pretty low. That's me paying back some of those loans. I woke up in the middle of the night in my tractor and reached over and grabbed my phone really quick. It's pretty funny that you can just pay them back for the night instead of like all at once to avoid a lot more interest, but you know, whatever. I'm wondering if I should just get the chickens and the greenhouse stuff started. That's probably something I should get started if I want to get going. It does produce a lot of stuff that I'm gonna need to transport in some way or another. So I'll have to think about that. I could put it on auto sell. You get 40% less if you put something on auto sell from a greenhouse or a chicken coop or something like that. It's a consideration. They make good money. Ooh, okay, so we do have a few more contracts here. This is interesting. We need to buy some more fertilizer, of course. I'll buy 2 bags. I don't have enough money. Okay. I gotta make up some of those losses I had from accidentally borrowing equipment and buying and selling that grassland roller. We've been spending, and we're gonna be spending a lot more as soon as we need to mow and bale, because we gotta buy mower, we gotta buy baler, and we gotta buy bale loader. And then we gotta use all 3. And I think I'm just gonna buy them because I gotta use all of those every single harvest. Get over to this field. Man, that kind of scared me. These fertilizing contracts are so easy. Sure, you gotta buy the fertilizer. They can be a little misleading with how much they pay, but they're so quick. For that big field, who could own that? Very cool. Farmer, potato farmer who doesn't farm potatoes. Oh boy, it's our favorite. He's back again. I'm just gonna start doing this one. Is crazy. Okay. Well, I mean, we're gonna do this one. We gotta do it again. It pays like 40K. It might pay less this time because it's hay instead of silage, but it'd also be a lot easier because we just got to hit it with the tedder instead of wrapping everything. Back on the contract grind. Just when we thought it was over, we saw some juicy ones. Can't say no to those. Oh my, I was really flying there. I've done this guy's last two harvests. He decided to go with hay this time. I just realized that with a tedder, how does this work? Uh-oh, I should definitely figure that out. I'm so used to silage that I've been putting that into the windrows there when we're making hay, so we'll go test it out real quick. I think the only issue is I might actually have to put everything back into windrows, because I have a feeling that tedder just spreads it all out again. I just don't know if it works with windrows or not, so that's what I need to go test. We'll have to see. Might have messed everything up there. Can we even pull this thing? I didn't even think about that. Let's see if this thing can even I can even pull this. I'm feeling it can't. This is a little baby tractor. No? What's wrong? Okay, so it still does make the hay. Ooh, and it keeps them in the windrows. Yeah, that's very nice. Can AI do this? Yeah, they'll do this. Gonna catch up to me. Ooh, the one thing that might give me an advantage here is this tractor is quite a bit faster. Good to know that AI can do that. I think they can mow, they can windrow, and they can use the tedder. They can do 2 rows at a time, but I move a lot faster and I have a couple of rows ahead of them already. But I'm getting caught on stuff. Let me catch up. Whoa. What was that? I think maybe we'll back that one up a little bit. Interesting path we took. Kind of fun getting the double tractor action going. Although he is definitely gonna catch up to me. Little turns, that's what we gotta do to not have this guy catch up here. Double tractor action on the same field is just awesome. I'll probably end up having to do some of this on my field. Catching up slowly, but I think me speeding up my mowing here has helped. The wavy. We're just gonna back that boy up right there. What was that, man? Gonna make the baling interesting. Guy's catching up. Let's stop messing around. And you can tell, I mean, this is just a more expensive tractor. You can just tell based on that other one. Deluxe. We got the sunroof and everything. Look at that. You can enjoy a beautiful April day. Way off. He's looking at mowers. What are you doing, boy? It's not my windrows. We actually gotta pass him here if we want to catch up. He's definitely gonna catch up after that one. I can't do 2 for his every one. Cause that's what he's doing right now. He's doing 2 passes for my 1. But I don't go twice as fast, but I go faster, maybe like 1.5. If he was going the other way, we would have trouble. 2 tractors passing each other is just kind of awesome. But I think this is officially where he catches up with me. After his turn, on basically when he gets to where I am right now, he's gonna catch up. I'll probably just dismiss him at that point, and he is the victor. He's taking a bit to figure things out there. He's trying to give me a fighting chance. He knows he's gonna be sent home a little early if he catches up with me. Never be too good at your job. That's the lesson to be learned here. Good enough to keep it, but not good enough to make yourself obsolete. We might actually make it here. He took a bit longer than I was expecting him to take. We're just barely gonna get ahead of him, I think. He threw on purpose. Ooh, we gotta catch up though. I like this race. It's interesting. It's like a choose your fighter. It going slower but hitting 2 windrows at once, or the faster but only making 1 windrow the whole time. I'm curious how this baling's gonna work. I'm gonna just bring the baler down first, I think, and give it a whirl. Me winning this race is starting to make more sense. Your boss is driving right by, also working on the exact same thing. Don't be doing something like that where you only get half the windrow up there. I'm right here. I got nothing else to do but just watch it. I'm just driving a tractor back and forth. Of course I can see if you hit the lines or not. Well, I said don't be good enough to work yourself out of a job. You gotta put a bit of a better act on than that. Yeah, we're gonna need the windrower. Fortunate. Don't mind windrowing so much, but it's quicker just 2 of us working on it, so. Ooh, this thing's struggling. Look at the speed here. This is crazy. 2 miles an hour, huh? Oh man, well, I wanted to give him the fast one, but at what cost? Alright, I don't think that's gonna work. I can't do this. This thing don't quite have the juice for that that baler. Might struggle with this windrower too. I guess we'll have to see. This is the way you gotta do it. If you're doing bales, get yourself a bale loader. Don't even mess around. This is night and day difference. So much quicker. I like doing this contract because you get to use really high-end equipment for grass, which is what I'm interested in doing on my farm, at least at the beginning. Man. I really send those signs flying sometimes. Back on the old farm, our grass is still growing. We're just kind of waiting for it. It says ready to harvest now. You could harvest it right now. It does say ready to harvest, but with grass, you actually wait 4 days instead of 3 days. The first day it'll say ready to harvest. If you actually wait 1 more day, you get a little more growth out of them. Just a little bit extra growth. A better yield, just wait 1 more day. So that's what we're doing. Gonna be so ridiculous mowing the fields with this thing right here. Ooh, baby. Next month is gonna be a big month for us. Not only for doing our whole harvest, but we actually have quite a bit of equipment to buy as well. With us harvesting, that means buying a full mowing setup, doing the baling after, so a mower, a baler, and a bale loader for moving them around. That's gonna be exciting, but also very expensive. Currently at 0 loan, so we will be taking on a little bit of debt to accomplish that. Since we're not going to be doing the rolling every single time, I'm just going to probably buy one of these fertilizers because I love these things. I love these spreaders. No reason to take on that debt a month early. Saves us a little bit of money, just not paying interest and whatnot. Oh boy. Oh, stuck in the damn crick. Not in the crick. Also, another good reason not be buying them up this month is, who knows, they could be going into the used vehicle sale. Actually is a mower here already, but it's a little on the lighter end. Got a pretty big field set up, needing some pretty big equipment. Keep up with it. I don't mind going into debt for some good equipment, for a worthy cause. You know how it is. Taking the most scenic route to get to this contract field ever. Getting dark. Oh, I'm getting scared out here. Look at that scenic Elm Creek water tower at sunset. Oh, so very pretty. Whoa, hey buddy, calm down. Can't appreciate a good view when he sees one just trying to zoom past me. All right, you can go past. Go past, just go in. Hey buddy, whoa. Jeez, see these drivers out here, man? Whew. I don't know what the hell they up to. Time to get into my comfy trailer home for the night and hunker down. Hey, back off, buddy. I'm trying to get some shut-eye. Ending April and May, having made, you know, nearly 40K in April, nearly 20K in May. That's not too bad, considering we are going to be spending some money very soon, very soon. Oh, it was a lovely night in the tank, as always. Taking a deep snooze in the fully upright position. Now this grass is looking good right here. You can see it got a little extra growth, a little bit of a darker color, more of like a tan green rather than that really bright kind of spring green of the not fully grown grass. We're ready to go. We're ready to roll here. Now, none of the equipment I wanted went in the used vehicle sale, which is okay, which is all right. Not that big of a deal. We're gonna go get it. We're gonna go pay full price for all of our equipment. So that's a mower, that's a baler, and that's a bale loader, and that's a fertilizer spreader. Like I said, we gonna be spending a little bit today. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and go for the Vicon combo. It does have swath dropping, so we can just do windrow in one setup. I definitely want one of the auto wrapping balers. There's a few good ones in here, but I really do enjoy the fast bale. It's probably what we'll go for. For bale loaders, and this is the one we're gonna want. It's for the round bales. We will not be buying one of these ever. We're gonna need to take about $250,000 loan, I believe, to buy all this. So rip not being in debt. We are very much taking out some loans today, boys. Oh boy, that does not look good. That does not look good at all, but soon to have a bit more equipment. Got the bale boys. I think this is worthy of a bale boys too. Oh, before I forget, I gotta get me a chainsaw, brother. I do believe that is everything. So look at our lineup here. We got our mowers, we got our bale loader, we got our baler, and we got our fertilizer spreader. So this is a whole lot of equipment. This is probably more than 300K worth of equipment new. We didn't get any bargains on it, but all of these are really good pieces of gear. The only thing that's not looking good are these finances, but we don't need to talk about that right now. So first things up, I mean, I guess we'll just go right into some mowing. Well, the tank tractor got more than enough juice for all this equipment. Absolutely beautiful stuff. One thing I gotta do before I forget, I gotta take care of these trees, man. Oh, isn't that already feeling a lot better? I spy with my little eye another tree that needs to come down. Trees have been dealt with. We're good to get mowing here. It seems like a good idea to just go ahead and do a little pass around the outside. Let's see how this equipment is looking. This is a heavy duty mowing setup. I love it. Oh man, those things are looking crazy. Look at that, we're mowing. Oh man, this is our setup. This feels good. I like how heavy duty everything feels. I mean, it helps when you're driving a literal tank around, but this is feeling good. This is feeling real good. I really like how it has almost like a little conveyor. Almost looks like a little conveyor belt that it sends the grass in the middle with. Was kind of hoping to keep things clean every time I turn it around to make our field a little more pretty, but man, that's just a whole lot of raising and lowering. Man, we are just cutting right through this field. Really doesn't take too long. All right, so we did get some harvesting contracts. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and pick those up. Give the AI something to do while I'm working on this. This is exactly how I pictured our early farm working out. It was me going to town, doing some of this mowing back and forth. The tank was unforeseen, but this thing is awesome. At the same time, just pick up some of these contracts and get the AI just cracking on it. Only 4 more passes here and we're done. That is a quick little harvest there, especially for such a big field. Look at all those windrows. That is looking real pretty. You know, how big these headers are, I might actually have to start using the trailer for it. Get this guy loaded up. I've never used one of these header trailers before. Best way to find out is to load it up in the middle of traffic, as I always say. I might need this guy back, actually. I really don't know how to load that up. If I can see the traffic jam up ahead. Honestly can't tell if this thing is secured or not. Doesn't seem too bad. Oh, I guess I'll have him drive it up. We gotta do the same with this guy here. Oh, yeah, look at that. It like snapped into place there. Perfect. This might be the last one right here. Look at that field. So pretty. Love the swath dropping. It just looks so cool. Love the way these mowers look. They just look awesome. Being pulled by a tank, all the better. I do believe we're done mowing. Looking fantastic, ready for baling. Drop her there. Drop the other one right next to it. Look at that. Ready for the next mow. We're ready to hit these fields with the baler. Even while we're working our fields, we're gonna keep these contracts flowing. These harvest ones always pay so well. You gotta do a little bit here and there. You gotta offload the trailers and whatnot, but it's really not too bad. All right, I think it's time to get this baling going. And we're going. And it moves a little slow while operating, but nothing too bad. There we go. We're shooting one out already. And we are gonna have a lot of bales. I can tell you that already. Wrapping up our very first marshmallow. Only downside of this baler is it just makes small ones. It only has one size. Be nice to do the bigger ones, but that's all right. It is just constantly shooting these things out. I'm gonna have a whole lot of bales. A bunch of the other balers, you just gotta stop every single time they start wrapping. It really sucks. I don't know, maybe I'll move off silage and just go to regular hay someday. Maybe I'll go to forage wagons and bunkers. All sorts of possibilities here. Gonna be about 1,000 marshmallows here. That is a-okay with me. We are filling up the tank so fast. It moves a bit slow, but it's working. It is working. If you compare it to how often you would have to stop every time it is full and wraps, the thing is awesome. When it's not full, it can move quite a bit faster. It's just when it's working there, it has to slow down, which makes sense. Love how the marshmallows are getting all stacked down the rows as I go through each windrow here. It is a bit slow moving, I mean 5 miles an hour, but it's just because we're pumping these things out. Now, I think the reason this is going so slow is just we gather a whole lot of grass on each pass with the mower there. So it drops a big old pile for it to grab. So it has to slow down so it doesn't like overfill, basically. I guess maybe I got a little too excited about getting one of the wider mowers. Now it's just making it so I have a huge pile of grass, so I'm moving at 5 miles an hour this whole time. I'll experiment a little bit with the next one, see what I can do. This is just our first harvest after all, so we're still doing a bit of science. There's just so much grass, it constantly is spitting them out. That is a ton of bales, wow. Ooh, look at all them marshmallows out in the field. Need me some graham crackers, some chocolate, campfire. Hear my tractor. Have a good time. Going through the creek. Bold move, sir. Bold move. Does feel very fun to be driving across this field at 4 miles an hour. Kinda wild. Kinda crazy. That is a whole lot of bales I got. One thing about bales is I heard there's a limit of 200 bales. And I think that's put in to avoid it kind of lagging out your game. Basically what I'm saying is there's a good reason to get a shed to store these in. There is a shed specifically made for bales, so I'll probably just be getting that. It's around 30K. I think there's a good chance we very easily could go over the bale limit otherwise, because we make just so many with this setup. It is one unfortunate part of it, but oh well. That should do it though. Well done with that guy. The one thing we are actually gonna have to deal with right now is putting down that storage shit. So I gotta think about where I want to put this. I'm wondering if we can kind of just like nestle it back over here. That doesn't look too shabby. Okay, well, I didn't mean to put it right there, but I accidentally left click, so able to demolish this for full price? Yeah. A little more this way. I mean, while we're here, we might as well put in some, we'll put in some asphalt or gravel. That looks terrible. Time to turn this into an actual yard. We'll figure that out later. I just wanted to make a little area to put those. Got some bales to load here. We're just gonna drive around collecting here. Love how that looks. It does it three in a row. Bale loaders are just so cool. They're one of my favorite pieces of base game equipment. Go down the row here, and we can hold 24 bales. Did see some cool options. I think it uses mods, but it does stuff that's pretty realistic. Basically, you can hitch up a bale loader behind your baler, so it just scoops it up right after it spits out the bale, and I think that's pretty cool. Like if you hired somebody to just be collecting the bales right as they come out of the baler behind it on a wagon, you see that all the time, so. Really like this setup. Really like how that looks in the back there. It's like a missile silo or something, but of bales of wrapped up grass. We'll have to see how our storage shed over there looks too. Nearly filled up here. It'll be cool to see. It counts up the total that we have as well. You can kind of see how much money we're going to be making as well. And we are all filled up. Let's see. I haven't used one of these sheds before. Let's see how it works. It stores them more or less automatically in there. Oh, look at that. They're going right in, drop them off, and they're lining up in the back there. Oh, that is really cool. That is awesome. And when we want to get them later, we can just look. We have 24 bales in there. Let's say we just wanted to get one bale, right? Sets it down right there. Makes it easy peasy. Look at that. You can see all of them lined up. It holds up to 250 of them. That is so cool. All right, back to it. Quite the cool setup we got here. We'll see how much we can improve it over time, but this first iteration is already pretty good. Once we get some money, we can definitely be looking at speeding certain things up. Bale Master. Bale loaders are just so awesome. I love them. Especially after using a bale fork in a few of those contracts. Complaining the whole time. This thing was 50K, but it just speeds it up so much. Especially with this many bales. Anything else is just kind of a nightmare. Second trailer load of bales right there. So it does look like those need to actually be touching that little thing right there, which is very unfortunate. But we'll fix that really quick. Just kind of shoved them in there. You can see we got 48 now. Amazing. Have to think about how we're gonna transport them in the winter when it's prime selling time. But we'll worry about that when it gets a little closer. Okay. Don't. Does it have to come in from the side or something, or is it? It must just be on a hill. Yeah, there's a pretty steep hill there. That'd be why. Contracts we want to be doing here? No. Baling. Doing enough baling of our own. Kind of just replaced all those baling contracts with our own baling here. Not much that can be automated from an AI worker standpoint in silage. The mowing and the fertilizing is literally all they'll do. It's a good one for me to work on while I kind of manage all the contracts as well. Probably get to a point where I'm not even going to really mess around with contracts at all once we're earning a decent amount of money, get some bigger fields. But this is gonna be a lot of money this first year. Granted, we have like 300,000 in loans, but yeah, we don't need to talk about that. Just focus on the marshmallows. Don't worry about that debt. Look at the pretty marshmallows. Oh, looks like it's right around 3 trailers worth for harvest. Should expect right around the same for every harvest, since it'll be fully fertilized, about 90% extra yield. Could be mulching as well, but I'm just not sure it's worth the extra like 2% yield. Might even just do more damage to my equipment and having to get the mulcher. We're playing it cool with what we got. And I'm liking our setup here. Our yield is already more than good. That perfect. Right into the shed. Look at it filling up. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Looking at the old marshmallow storage here. Got 71 bales, each bale being 3,500 liters. So that's pretty good. Not even a third of the way full on our shed here from one harvest, so that's good. That means we could do 3 harvests before selling. Very nice. Since we're already hooked up with this guy, I think I'll just go ahead and do our fertilizing. After that, we're good. Harvest done. Get this fertilizing done, and we're looking good here. See on the map, we got this all fertilized. The grass still planted. So nice to not have to plant after each harvest with grass. Just amazing. Last little section there. Reduce the width down since it's just this tiny little thing. Get it going here. Everything should be fertilized and ready to go for our next harvest. We'll have our next harvest, I think in September, maybe October. Then we should get one more harvest before... I guess it depends, maybe by the end of the year or in January after that. I assume it just keeps growing the whole year. Can't be planted November through February, but it can be harvested all year. So I guess I'll just have to see. I'm not completely sure. I don't love the way this field looks. Just with how the property lines work out, this is how we had to do it. Might end up fixing that a little later, but it works for now. It's a little less than ideal, but got that. I think we're good. We can return this tractor as well. I kind of forgot that's not even ours. We're kind of just using it as a secondary transport tractor, so turn that in, and look at that. First successful harvest of the year. Probably just bring this around. I'll probably just park this next to the storage facility we have there. Just park our tractor home right in here, our little yard. It's a little baby setup, pretty decent sized field, and we're gonna get some good eats at the end of the year there. Quick little financial check to end June. Just under 5K, so we paid down our loan as much as we can, but we have 285K in debt. The total for the month was minus 300K. That was our big spending month, besides February, I guess. So in total, we've probably invested over 700K in this setup. So we are gonna need to get some good gains out of this. And once we sell all this silage as well, it's gonna go really crazy. So that's gonna do it for June, and I'll be seeing you when I see you. I think I'm gonna take a long deserved rest in my tractor home. Tater Man signing out.